What the hell? Why did this make me leave like that?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Broad Street Aftermath Off Season with your boy Cool Cat Connor with my guy King DV. What up, King? Muted.
What's going on, everybody? It's another Sunday down, man. You know, Wednesday is the day. Wednesday is the day that, first day of training camp, 24th, well, the 23rd technically. But yeah, just happy that we're this close, and it's a lot to get into, a lot to talk about. Let's get it.
Yep. And my guy Smitty Eagle. What up, Smitty? Smitty? Smitty. Okay then. Anyway, so how we feeling, Patrick? How you doing? Yeah. We're less than 48 hours away from training camp, man. 48 hours away from training camp. So let's get down to it. So this past week, the only news we got two news, and then we'll preview training camp one final time. So Sidney Brown, according to reports, is on the injured pub list going into training camp. So King, we'll start with you. What's your thoughts?
I mean, we already knew that he wasn't going to be back this soon. I gave it up to like the first quarter of the season. We might see him if it's going to be an early return, because when it first happened, they were talking about like mid halfway through the season. That's when he was going to come back. But now it's like, yeah, I mean, we already know that he wasn't going to be able to be at training camp. They went that the hill a little bit faster. That does knock down one of the safeties out of the rotation. So it's just like, now what do you do here? Like, Eddie Jackson already got picked up. Do you look at a Justice Simmons to be a safety a piece, or do you just automatically just push in one of the guys that you already trying to convert over to safety, like a Cooper DeJean or a Avonte Maddox? You know what I'm saying? So, we'll be fine. It's just the simple fact that that's a shot to the depth of the safety room.
Right. It says Philadelphia Eagles safety Sidney Brown will begin training camp on the pubs. What up, Smitty?
What's good, man? This shit, wow, man. I don't know what's going on. Hey, look, for some reason, like this little icon popped up where it said like restore something. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, right. So then I guess it took me to the StreamYard app. For I don't know what that, and it was like playing on one and playing on the other one. So like the browser wasn't picking up. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we talking about Sidney Brown going into the pub list. So what's your thoughts?
I mean, hey, I thought he was. I don't get it, but you don't want to rush him out there, so you want him to be healthy and all that. So you want to make sure he comes out there at the best health. So I
Yeah.
guess a couple people gotta. I guess another person gotta step up and take that role. I'm sure now somebody that's on the roster has a for sure spot. So.
Yep. Yep. So we wanted to hear from Smitty this past week on the top 10 list on BOBS. But so I know you saw it this past week, Smitty. So let's get your thoughts on the top 10.
I see it a little bit. I mean, I really don't be paying attention no more, man. I know they're gonna slander us no matter what they put us at, anyways. There ain't gonna be no positivity. They don't like us.
Yeah, it was the top 10 QB list that y'all was talking
Yeah,
about.
I know. That's what I was talking about. But then you come out and give us what, top 2 team or something? They gave us some top 2 something. Man, you giving us all this?
You mean offense? Yeah, top 2. Yeah, on I think it was Fox. They had us top 2 in offense.
Yeah, it's weird, but nah, Jalen Hurts not being on that list was pathetic, man. It's like I don't get where the slander comes from Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? But I've been starting to bring out the veteran people when I'm having conversation. So it's starting to get to that point where it's like, I just know the negativity is there. You know what I mean? It's no respect on Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? They want to watch us fail so bad. They'll wish it on us anyways. And like it's at the point where like it's nothing Jalen Hurts can do that's gonna stop what's going on. You know what I mean? It's inevitable. That's how they feel. That's their perception of what Jalen Hurts is doing. So that's what they keep. But it's like I talk to people and I really be asking like, what are y'all? They're like, oh, he just got to be better. Like what define to me what's better? You know what I mean? And they want to see him kind of put the ball all over the field, kind of play a little bit better. You know what I mean? Use the check down a little more. Things that the older quarterbacks do that if Jalen Hurts does, they believe will put him into that elite status. Because I've had some conversations with people that are really football heads, bro, and they be like, I want to put Jalen in my top 10, but it's things that he does that I need. It's things that he doesn't do that I need him to do to be a top 10 quarterback. And even when I argue with some people, like some of the people that I know that's really into the football, they points are points. Like I know Jalen Hurts don't use the check down a lot. I can't argue with that. I know Jalen Hurts like taking chances, trying to get Devontae and AJ the ball. I know that. So I know other people on the field are fending the eat, and I think as he gets older, as he progresses, real football people will have respect on Jalen Hurts. But these comedians that work on ESPN, FS1, Fox, CBS, wherever they work at, they just doing it for attention. They don't really analyze the game and say he not there. I think anybody that don't got Jalen Hurts on the top 10 is not watching football. They need to recalibrate their TV, recalibrate their bifocals. They need to adjust something because they ain't seeing the game right. Because it ain't no way you watch 32 other quarterbacks and you don't put Jalen Hurts in there with the top 10. It just don't happen. Is there things he can fix? Obviously, but when people do this, it's just like, oh, you just trying to get people to react. You just want somebody to say something so you can have something to strangle on your poor time of no media because ain't nobody watching. Your best people are leaving TV because they ain't bringing in no money. So I mean, they all trying to go get their own stuff going on. So if you look at it from that perspective, they just making up stuff and they don't care. They don't really got no respect for Jalen Hurts. They don't really got no respect for the game of football. They only respect is the green dollar, man. As long as them checks keep cashing in their accounts, they'll say whatever on TV. They'll say whatever. So it really don't make no difference, man. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah. So there's this report going around about Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts from Diana Rossini. So let's hear what she has to say about that.
It's a relationship that's a work in progress, right? So last year, there was some disconnect, right, between them in their personalities.
Were they not on the same page the entire year? Because I want to stop you because that's what you just said is important to the conversation because they started 10-1. Everything was all rosy. You never heard about their relationship. All of a sudden, they finished really, really bad.
Those 10 wins were a grind from what I was told. Every win felt like a really big feat for them because of the challenges that they were facing in terms of what they were doing on offense. It was Nick Sirianni's show.
100%.
It was all Nick.
Yep.
Play call, everything you saw on that field was Sirianni.
So after hearing that, Smitty, I know you got a lot to say about this. Start us off.
I said it. I specifically said it multiple times. I reiterated it multiple times. That Brian Johnson, even though he was OC, had no respect in the locker room. He had no willpower through Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni was a one-man hitting crew, and everybody seen it. I seen it in training camp. It was a show me and DV did. I don't know if DV gonna remember it. I was like, damn, he seemed like he in control of a lot to, have new guys there. And DV was like, you got to hold them accountable. And I'm like, yeah, you right. I would just agree. I'm like, yeah, you got to hold. But when you got that much control, everybody see you kind of pushing the envelope, man. And then, you don't really trust Brian Johnson to do his job. I seen it. I seen it from 10,000 miles away. I mean, I knew it. That he didn't have an opportunity. You had players coming out saying they didn't really know who the offensive coordinator was. They never put a name on who those players was that said it. But for them to come out and say that, and then me and DV to do a couple play-by-plays and look at it and say, man, this look like Nick Sirianni offense from 2021. And then everybody was like, nah, Brian Johnson, the OC. I'm like, nah, me and DV looking at it like, nah, that's the same offense we watched in 2021 when we was getting our head kicked in. And then for them to come out now and say it's been known, it's been an understanding. But guess what? This right here is the fine line right here. Not that you want to put it on the table, everybody know it. Guess what? The world now believes if you don't let Kellen Moore come in and do his job, then you should be fired, right? Brian Johnson, to me, wasn't a respected OC where I needed to step out the way. He had the same reins he had on Shane Steichen in 2021. He had the same reins on Brian Johnson. The thing is, Brian Johnson didn't know enough that when he probably put it in his hand, Brian wasn't able to capitalize on those moments. And then Nick Sirianni had to still step back in and help him call plays. So the difference was when he gave it to Shane went crazy. Shane out the door. He was like, oh, you won't never get this back. He hit it. Brian Johnson probably we don't know where he gave it at. You know what I'm saying? It could have been moments in a game. It could have been starts of games. It could have been in practice. Hey, look, I want you to script out a game plan and get us together for the week. And it doesn't look good to me. Don't worry about it, Brian. We gonna do it together. You know what I'm saying? Week after week, you know what I'm saying? Brian wasn't looking confident. You know what I'm saying? They said, Sean Desai confidence was, a problem on the sideline. If I was Brian Johnson, I probably wasn't confident in myself if you keep stepping in and things of that nature. So I think we all seen it, whether you wanted to accept that Brian Johnson was a scapegoat this offseason or not. That's on you. That's you to depict. I said it the day he got fired. I said it the day it started looking bad, and I was like, Brian Johnson out of here. He's through. There's nothing he could do that could reiterate or make this situation better because it looks so bad for you at this moment. Your best bet is probably just to bow your head and go ahead and move forward because even if you were to retain your job, if you weren't successful the next year, the fan base wasn't going to give you but 4 or 5 games before it turned into a boo session at almost every game. So I think it was best for him to go ahead and bow out. I hope Nick Sirianni knows he can't call plays. I hope he knows he sucks at calling plays.
Mm-hmm.
Be a head coach, be a CEO, do what you're good at. Clap your hands, yell, scream, motivate the guys, call tush pushes, call timeouts, go for it on 4th down, call the field goal unit in, things of that nature. You just don't call plays, bro. Don't call plays. Brian Johnson didn't run any of that offense. I said it multiple times. I see Show Enough talk about it. When I looked at Brian Johnson offense in multiple different places of where he learned, it just didn't look like last year. And then I seen bits and pieces of it. And I remember one game, bro, DV, I know you're going to remember this too, bro. Bro, I was so hyped. They did like some simple play, but it was like something we hadn't seen all season. I was like, DV, they finna take off. They finna get creative.
Yeah.
And then like,
I think Show Enough actually said what it was too. It was a split back play. That's what it was. It was a split back play. Then he put in motion. He put him in motion, Swift in motion to be a receiver. Had Gainwell in the playbook. Nick Sirianni never had done that play. Never would have done that play.
What's the play me and you had seen though? Oh yeah, that is it, ain't it? The motion, and then he went.
That was it. Yeah. That was the play.
That shit was fire. And
but
we didn't see much of that though. So
no, because you already know they've said so. Basically, is reports that Brian Johnson basically just let the cat out the bag that 95% of the offense wasn't his. Only like 5% of the offense was his last season. That's why he was able to get a job so quickly. Everybody knows what he did in college. Everybody knows what type of play caller he is. So you know you do your research on him. You know what he does. You know that was Nick Sirianni's offense. It's night and day from 2021, just like Smitty said. But see, Nick Sirianni, now he's definitely on a hot seat. Mm-hmm. I'm happy that it came out. Like we as content creators, us as fans looking at it and being involved with the Eagles like 24/7, we knew what it was. But so welcome national media, y'all finally catching up to what we already knew, that it wasn't it wasn't Brian Johnson's offense. So yeah, I feel like that Nick Sirianni knew what he was doing by saying this is the guy, and then said, look, man, look, you're doing it wrong. It's almost like you're doing it wrong. Let me do it. You're doing my scheme wrong. Let me do it. And then it's like, no, I'm gonna try this, and then that actually worked for a 26-yard gain, and then you go right back to the Nick Sirianni scheme, and the offense became more stagnant, so predictable. So that's what it is, and I feel like, you know, her saying that on a national standpoint, I feel like that now everybody's going to have that microscope on it, you know. But he's not going to do that to Kellen Moore, bro. He's not going to do that to Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Because he got that utmost respect for Kellen Moore. I don't think that he did not have any respect for Brian Johnson. And then in the beginning, Shane Steichen, because he's like, yo, well, I'm the head coach or whatever like that. But when his offense basically, you know, became stagnant, and then he gave Shane Steichen the offense in 2021, look what happened. We pushed for a playoff spot, got the playoff spot, and then the next season we went to the Super Bowl. So I guaranteed you, if we had Nick Sirianni offense in 2022, it wouldn't have been no Super Bowl. It would not have been no Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So Nick Sirianni has to go back to that 2022 standpoint where he was just a game manager and looking over everything, and just letting the coordinators coach. Let them coach. Don't be no coach, man, because you're going to mess us up and you're out the door this time. You know, it was by God's will, you know, even though like 2 years removed, he went to a Super Bowl, but it was God's will that he actually got back here. It was God's will. So that's my whole thing. But Kellen Moore is not going to allow him to take over that. And then there's going to be a discussion with Lurie, and you don't want Jeff Lurie in the building if y'all can't figure it out.
Mhm.
So yeah, overall, I just think that that's what it is. Nick Sirianni needs to just take a step back.
Yeah. For me, Nick Sirianni needs to do what he did in 2022. Be a CEO. That's why I'm wearing this right here, because Shane Steichen called the plays and did what he had to do. Nick Sirianni was the head coach, cheerleader, and CEO. That's what he got to get back to. You cannot call plays. 2021 proved it. 2023 definitely proved it. You cannot call plays. Period. What you need to do is go in the sideline, clap your hands, be a cheerleader, and be what you was in 2022. You was clapping your hands, you was the cheerleader, you was the CEO, you let Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon be the defensive coordinator and the offensive coordinator, and you see what happened. Can you go back to that, please, Nick Sirianni? That's all I'm asking. Go back to being a CEO, please. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Sure enough, neither one of them was were coordinators before they came here, but they had history in the NFL, though.
Yeah.
They had been in the NFL for a little minute. If I'm not mistaken, I remember I found out Shane Steichen been in the league since like 2013.
Yeah.
He ain't just no young whippersnapper like in the league. He been here for a minute. And Jonathan Gannon, I want to say like 2016. Like they got some time in the league. Brian Johnson only job was here. I'm pretty much controlling everything you do. Like I hired you, promoted you. It's crazy. But you know, who get blamed for it though?
The person, basically, you got to do that. You got to do that. You have to, because Nick Sirianni already looked bad, but since he's coming back, all right, let's just say this is Brian Johnson, but it wasn't Brian Johnson. I know Jalen Hurts had some hard feelings about what the hell went down, because he started to realize what the hell was going on mid-season. And yeah, that's why, in the beginning of that, just to touch base on the relationship aspect part, 2022 cures everything when you winning. It cures everything when you winning. But when the adversity hit, and then it's some BS going on behind the scenes, you start to get, hey, what's up with Bull? Like, what's up with him? Like, why is he doing this to him, and he's not really getting a fair shot? So now, you start looking at things differently. Brian Johnson on the bench talking to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is like, why am I even talking to you? You ain't even running the plays. And then it's like Nick Sirianni calling the wrong plays. Now I'm mad at you, because I'm like, yo, why are you calling the plays? Like, this is not what we should be doing. Now me and Kelsey going at it. Me and AJ going at it. I'm going at it. So it's like, it was a triggering effect, and that's back to the you can't really point just a blame at one person. It's everybody. But at the same time, it started within, and it started with the Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni's situation, and then it triggered onto the field when the whole offense suffered from it. It did, and that's why I'm like, we so high on Kellen Moore being here, not just because he's had a successful offense before, but he has some time in the NFL, and Nick Sirianni would respect that. And then also he will actually help out Jalen Hurts and to see the field a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically why we like Kellen Moore being here, because with the talent, we know we could go 10-1. We did that last year with just talent, not even just great football, just pure talent. We got better on offense, added somebody like a Saquon Barkley. The only downfall is we don't have Kelsey, but I think Cam Jurgens, plugging him in, I feel like that he could give you at least 75% of Kelsey at his best. So that's what I'm saying. Nick Sirianni just gotta mend that relationship with Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Mend that relationship with Jalen Hurts. That's what I'm saying. This is going to be an ongoing thing all season. All training camp. It's going to be more so about they're going to ask Nick Sirianni about it. They're going to ask Jalen Hurts about it. And then, the radio stations, because Jalen Hurts is like, look, I'm here to talk football. He probably going to go that route. And they're going to be like, well, you had the opportunity to big it up there. And that's what I'm saying. It's going to happen. So that's why I'm like, I don't want it to be about all that. I wanted to get back to playing football. How can we not go 1-6 again at the end of the season? How can we sit up there and hold it together? When everything is going down, is Nick Sirianni. If we go, hypothetically speaking, if we go 1-4 the first 4 or 5 games, is Nick Sirianni going to try to take the offense? I'm sitting here saying that Nick Sirianni won't, but you don't know what's going to happen. People emotions get the best of them. Like he said, it was tough to let go of that offense, but I know it's what's best for the team. But then he reiterated it into another answer that he said. He was like, I just got to do what's best for the team, and I want to show Mr. Lurie that he didn't make a wrong decision on me from bringing me back. That was a humbled coach that basically was stubborn as hell, and then he basically said, look, I'm doing what I got to do to keep my job. That's what I heard. So as long as he's doing what he going to do to keep his job, he better stay the hell off of that damn offensive playbook, or he's out the door.
Facts.
Exactly. Let's see.
Keep your hands off the playbook. All we need you to do is CEO it, good brother.
Right.
Exactly. Because as much as a lot of people think Nick Sirianni's on the hot seat, and I do, is like, if he does get fired, that's another head coach and another offensive coordinator for Jalen freaking Hurts. And sooner or later,
But Cool Cat, question, since you said that, who do you blame for that?
It got, unfortunately.
Huh?
Y'all think he on the hot seat?
Yeah, he on the hot seat for sure.
Who? If you talk about Jalen, no. If you talk about Nick Sirianni,
not Jalen Hurts. I'm talking about Nick Sirianni. Yeah. He's on the hot seat.
I don't believe he on the hot seat.
He on the hot seat.
What makes you think he on the hot seat? Because they just did all that sitting down and reiterating. We're not a team that wants to go through coaches. They are trying to find somebody to stay here. Jalen Hurts just sat on national TV and begged for stability in the coaching staff. Yeah. Like, I don't think he on the hot. I think if we go 1-6 again, he on the hot seat.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
If it's an even kill season where we 11, 12 wins, I don't think he's getting fired.
Right.
Now, if we somehow miss the playoffs or something like that, then everybody should be fired anyways if we miss the playoffs.
Right.
This is why I think that he's on a hot seat. Yes, he did have to be in with Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman, but he also got himself in that position, making the decision to go from a Sean Desai to Matt Patricia. He also took over the play calling. He had control over that whole sideline, and we fell apart. He did not have those type of speeches and everything that will bring us back. Like, okay, look, we lost a couple games in a row. We can bounce back in Seattle. We can do this. Come on, guys, do this. I looked at the end of the Seattle game, and it wasn't no enthusiasm from that sideline. Like, it wasn't none of that.
I get why y'all said, but I just don't.
Right,
I just didn't think
right. But the only window that he has to still be here, if something was to go down, he's still a player's coach, so the players still like him. Now, I don't know if consecutive years if it happened. I don't know how they will feel at the end of the season. But as of right now, he's a player's coach and the players, vets, and up to like Jalen Hurts or whoever, they actually co-signed for him. And then also, I don't know. He's just that guy that embodies what the tri-state area has to offer. And I feel like that, you want to keep that in the locker room. And thirdly, I feel like that, just like we always talk about Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson wasn't like, okay, I'm not going to be a yes coach. And I feel like Nick Sirianni is a yes coach. Yes, he's stubborn in the play calling and everything, but whatever Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman said do, he's going to be like, all right, when you want me to do it, what time you want me to do it, and all that. He's one of those type of coaches. So yeah, if it's easier for you to keep that, so you guys can have control, so be it. I think that's what it's going to be. But if you lose the locker room, we go 1-6 again. I don't care how much he liked here. He gone.
I ain't gonna lie. If we go 1-6 again, I'm blaming more than just the coaching staff.
Yeah, you can.
Ain't gonna be Nick Sirianni that send us 1-6. It's a lot of players here that shouldn't even let us go 1-6. That'd be crazy for us to do that again.
Right, but the reason why I was saying what I said before we got to this,
and he hired Kellen Moore, so I don't know,
Right.
Yeah, that was the process. That
the reason why I said what I said,
he said
about
it out loud. So if y'all think the organization did not hire Kellen Moore, Nick Sirianni, and you know he wouldn't say that out loud if he didn't do it.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the reason why I said what I said before we got to that conversation is, if somehow Nick Sirianni does get fired, like I said, that's a new head coach and a new offensive coordinator. And Jalen Hurts, like King DV said, wants stability on the offensive coordinator. This guy went from college to pros with multiple offensive coordinators. Look at all these teams that have the same offensive coordinators, and don't tell me they ain't having success in this league. So is Nick Sirianni on the hot seat? You can say yes. But to be honest with you, I want him to stay because that means Kellen. What I also want this offseason, just sign Kellen Moore to a contract and just keep him the offense coordinator. I don't want no new offensive coordinator. Sign him to a contract.
He signed though. He already signed.
I know.
It ain't nothing we could do. It's him that can't sign. He got to decide to stay. It ain't on us.
Right.
Ain't nothing we can do about it. If he said, "Hey man, look, it was a nice run, but they offered me a better position," it really ain't much we can do. Cool guy.
And me saying Nick Sirianni's on the hot seat, that doesn't mean that I don't want him here. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is basically that if things go down or go left this season, with all this firepower on the offense, with all these young studs on defense, that you just got, here's Quinyon Mitchell, here's Cooper DeJean, here's Isaiah Rodgers. He's coming back. We getting problems out of y'all here with the James Bradbury situation. We're adding younger pieces. And then we're also trying to bring up Milton Williams so he could be one of those type of guys that's going to be on the D-line. We got a young defense now. If you can't get nowhere far with this team, then look, we got to have another conversation, and the conversation ain't going to go the same way it did at the end of the 2023 season. It's not.
Right. I don't see it going that way, bro. I don't know about y'all, but I got a little bit more faith in bro than that. I don't think he'll let that shit go like that again. I think it got out of hand. He didn't have anybody to help him. If you running an offense, that Matt Patricia is forfeiting the defense, like Nick Sirianni was in a bad spot. And I said that from the jump. When he changed from Son to side to Matt Patricia, I was like, we was in a bad spot. Because now you don't have anybody adjusting the defense. Matt Patricia wasn't calling defense. He was just out there doing whatever. He knew he was getting fired at the end of the season. He was just out there trying to, do whatever he could because he got promoted. He couldn't say no. He just did it. And to me, if Brian Johnson wasn't calling plays and Nick Sirianni calling plays, we really was in a bad spot. Because what Brian Johnson doing?
Right, but Nick Sirianni promoted Brian Johnson. He also basically made that switch halfway through the season and everything like that. My whole thing is, and then you start calling the plays like fully. My point is that Nick Sirianni was in control of all that. So if you're controlling all that, who's going to be the first person they go to? You're in control of everything. You made that decision. We didn't tell you, hey, you probably got to make that decision. He made that decision to switch defensive coordinators. That's basically what it is.
Kevin said, let's see. I don't think you can blame Nick at all this year because he has no say over the offense.
Just because he don't have no say so over the offense, does not mean that he still don't have a job to do.
Right. It's like this, Kevin. It's like this. I'm gonna put this in a way that only Philly can understand. It don't matter if you're Jalen freaking Hurts. It don't matter if you're Nick Sirianni. It don't even matter if you're the ball boy. If we go 1-6, the city is going to be blaming somebody. Somebody. It's what we do in this city. If we go 1-6, this city, whether it's the radio, whether it's TV, whether it's even us on this show, someone's going to be blaming somebody.
But you know why is that, right?
Philadelphia.
You know why is that? No, it's not. You can't just say Philadelphia. It's because we're passionate about. We're passionate about the team. So we're pointing blame at people, but in all reality, is more so that why did it happen like this? Just like last season when we went out like the way we did, we're like, yo, who's is to blame? So everybody started blaming Brian Johnson. He didn't know how to play caller, but nobody knew anything until the facts start to roll out. So yeah, of course we're going to say, yo, what happened here? What happened here? Us as content creators, we're going to say, oh well, the players, and then we're going to look at coaching as well, and we're going to be like, all right, it's the coaching, but our reality, the stuff ain't even rolled out yet on what went down. You know, we talked about so much about the Eagles' failures, we forgot to mention that in the first half of the season we were bigging up Sean Desai. We were 10-1. We were bigging up Sean Desai. We was doing certain things, even though it wasn't pretty football, but we were doing certain things to help us win football games. After we beat the Chiefs and we beat the Bills, and we're like, okay, well, we good. Game we went to, me, you, and Simone, we went to, and we got smacked in the mouth. And then the league started to pick up on it. So if the league picked up on it, and you're sitting up here running everything, so what happens? You need to adjust. Wasn't able to adjust. It's not just Nick Sirianni. The defensive coordinators didn't adjust either. So when I look at it in all actuality, he made those decisions. Now, I'm not saying I could blame him this year. No. What I'm saying is he still has a job to do in managing everything and making sure everything runs smoothly. Now, I don't want him to be all in with the offensive meetings and everything. I don't want him to do that, because if he does that, then it's like, all right, now you got to say so, or you're going to put your 2 cents in because you really didn't want to give up your offense. That's what I heard in that report that I read. That's what I heard. That he didn't want to, but he's doing the benefit of the team. That's what it is.
Let's see. Eagles Nation.
That's what counts, though, right?
Huh?
Is that what counts, right?
What counts?
Doing what's best for the team. If he
doing
does
what's
that, doing what's best for the team.
If he stick with it the whole year, that counts. Yeah. But if it's like a thing that we're going into like a slump that like the 49ers had last season when they went on that stretch of losing, and then he sit up there and try to butt in, and then we hear some reports come out saying him and Kellen Moore is clashing, then he's back to his old ways. You can say anything in the beginning of the season, we 0-0, but in the middle of the season, I don't think that's going. I said if.
I just Kellen Moore. Just the reason I don't think you'll hear about them clashing, just the way they handle themselves. You'll more hear about it after the season more than during the season. For me, I think because Kellen Moore didn't really ever speak on him and Mike McCarthy going through it. You didn't really hear about them really having big fallouts until he was in San Diego, and then you hear about how they was in the locker room arguing, and Jerry Jones was pretty much telling Mike McCarthy like, you don't got no say so over the offense. You just the head coach. If you wanted to be the offensive coordinator, you should have did that from the jump. That's why he fired that man. All right. Well, if it's on me, then it's on me. I think. Listen, I think if Nick Sirianni just do his job, I ain't gonna say you gotta be a yes man because you stand on the sideline. I mean, you still could speak on what you believe should be going on, but keep a level head and don't get out of your place, man. Be an advisor at a sort. Like if you think Kelly not doing something right, I can't. That's why I like. It's a squeaky line to say, don't have nothing to do with the offense. But then when the offense looking bad, we're gonna turn around and be like, what Nick Sirianni was doing. Like I can't say don't have nothing to do with the offense, but limit yourself. Like let him majority. Like if you got 5% in, cool, but it should be 95% Kellen, 5% Nick. It shouldn't be the other way around. You know what I mean? It should be you just interjecting and making sure things is going smooth. Because like sometimes I be like listening to people. I'm like, I don't want him to test the offense at all. So when Kellen up 20, we throwing the rock all over the board. You know what I'm saying? Those same people, when I go tune into their videos, like, nah, don't complain about Nick Sirianni not why you didn't step in and tell Kellen to stop. You said you didn't want him to have nothing to do with the offense. So that means in and out, no matter right or wrong. You want him to be quiet. I just don't think he can do that. Now, me knowing Nick, I don't think he's going to be able to do that. I think he's going to have moments where he's going to step in and be like, hey, we need to do something else. That shit ain't looking good. That ain't working. Let's do something else.
I don't look at that as touching the offense, though. I just look at that as, like I said, monitoring the situation. You know, I'm all for him. We up 20 and Kellen Moore sit up there and get gun happy and try to throw the ball so many more times to try to put points on the board and stat pad. And Nick Sirianni like, no, we sitting them down. Put in the guy that we got from Pittsburgh. Put him in for Hurts. You know, get Saquon off the field, get all the starters off the field. You know, and run the ball, run some clock out. You know, that's not touching it. I'm talking about like just play calling. I don't want him to play call. Now, I don't want him to play call unless something's not working. And of course, you know, Kellen Moore probably is a stubborn type of guy too. So if it's not working, then Nick Sirianni I feel like he has every right to sit up there and be like, all right, let's do what did work for us. You know, with the running the ball, trying to get the ball down the field. If we're down, you know, if it's not working and we're just looking awful that game. You know what I'm saying? I do think that Nick Sirianni will say something then, but I'm just talking about like, you know, just play calling from like, okay, we had a horrible game, but we still pulled off the win. And then Nick Sirianni's like, all right, you know, call this play. Let's do this here. Let's do this. Let's do this. I feel like that's just taking over again. Whereas though, you know, it has to, like you just said, 95% Kellen Moore, 5% Nick Sirianni. I'm all for that.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a learning in progress, man. Because I don't think, I don't like, you know, Nick Sirianni play calling at all. But I also have problems with, you know, anybody coaching and anybody play calling sometimes. So I hope he finds a nice medium where he fits in and everything works well. It ain't just, I gotta do it this way, I gotta do it that way. We having a problem. Like, nah, find a way where you fit in too. You know what I'm saying? Where your voice is still valued as a coach. You don't want to just fall into the, we just doing whatever Kellen say do, and I'm just here. Like, nah, you can have a small moment where it's like, hey, Kellen, let's go back to that play we ran in the first quarter. I seen it work the first time. They not ready for it. We've been running. We ain't went back to it. Let's go back to it. Like things like that. I want you to be small though. Like new. I don't need you out there like, man, Kellen, I'm gonna call it out. No, like if you jump in and you think something worked, you think the offense might catch. We out of a groove. We might be struggling. Hey, look, we need to try to find a groove. Hey, maybe we can call this. You know what I'm saying? Put your voice in, but don't be like put your voice in, but don't be too loud. You know what I mean? We don't need you to be boisterous. We just need you to just be the coach. You know what I'm saying? Because even me, like when I was coaching, I wasn't the coordinator of the offense or the defense. So I would interject though. I would come in and, hey man, we need to run this, man. Hey, look, go back to that 38 sweep we just did, 2 minutes ago. I think it'll work this time. You know what I mean? I know it didn't work last time, but they've been committing to the left side, so we maybe swing it back to the right side in the same formation. Though it might look a little different. Just things of that nature. I don't think he need to be completely quiet, but I definitely don't think he ever needs to be the 100% offensive coordinator ever again, though.
Right. Let's see. We got questions. I wouldn't have an issue with Nick Sirianni being the defectees in the defense and running it by Kellen during the game. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That in the defense, I mean, you mean the offense? Yeah, but right. Yeah, I agree. I think that
he said it right. Seeing
What do you think?
deficiencies in the other team's defense and then telling Kellen what he's seeing. Like,
Okay,
hey, I
yeah, I
see him
read
in a
that one.
lot of cover two, and
I
they're
read
not
that one.
covering the right side of
Right,
the field. They keep
right,
committing left. Try sneaking something in on the right. Try
right,
sneaking something in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Where
right.
we maybe can get a big chunk.
Yeah, it's not really controlling the offense. That's just giving a suggestion
Right.
in the
But
moment.
I know people that it's people that we on this side of the content creation world to be like, Kellen, you doing too much. Like, no, I need you to do a little something now. I don't need you to just be
Yeah,
over there being dumb. Come on.
right, right.
Yep. So, all right, let's get to the final thing, which is training camp. We're officially less than 48 hours away from training camp. How are we feeling before we get to Saquon Barkley and Brandon Graham and what they did before training camp? So, we're 48 hours away, King. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm happy that football is finally back. We can get out of this dry spell, he say, she say type mess, and just get back to football talk. That's basically what it is. That's what we got in here for. We ain't get on here to see why Jalen Hurts had an attitude one day and Nick Sirianni, might be fired or why he's fired and all that. I want to get back to this 2024 team that we just assembled, and just make sure that we got the right guys out there. That's what I'm excited about, more anxious than anything. Trying to see where they're going to put the young guys that we just drafted, to see who's on the second team, who's on the first team, and then also I'm anxious to see who's going to get cut too, all across the board with us and the rest of the NFL, because I'm anxious to see if we got to get somebody. We might have to get somebody because what they see in the training camp. But training camp is a tell-all. That's where it starts. So I'm happy that it's here finally, and I just can't wait until next week.
Exactly.
Next week, because I get to see it firsthand, or we get to see it firsthand.
Yep. Smitty?
I'm just ready to see, man. I don't really know what I'm ready to see at this point. My mind is like, Jesus Christ, it's been so long, man. So I'm just ready for, a couple battles, a couple reports. We know, we're not gonna see much. So I don't even know why we saying we ready to see stuff. We're gonna see like 2 videos from ESP that we ain't going to watch because we hate dude. until he apologized to D-Jax, everybody want to put him on the fence.
Exactly.
Nah, I think it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be interesting. I think it's a lot of fight out there this year, man. We're gonna see a lot of different things coming out of this year. So I'm ready for the run, man. I'm ready to get back to it. It's time to get back into it, man, and see how we get this rolling.
Yep. So the 2 people that was relaxing and enjoying their time before training camp, Brandon Graham, man. Brandon here with the fans, with the Tom Brady strip sack photo. What's on your thoughts on Brandon Graham? What's your thoughts on BG? What's your thoughts on all
And
this?
he enjoying this. He joined his last run, man. He hanging out. Hey, look. He know exactly what routine he need to get into and when he need to get into it. He hanging out until it's that time. When training camp kick off on Tuesday, he gonna be front line and ready to go. He hanging out right now, man. He know what it is. Look, you're gonna see more videos of Brandon Graham hanging out when the season ends too. He gonna be everywhere. He gonna be all over. He's a personable person, man. Everybody want to be around Brandon because he's humble. He come from humble beginnings. He's still humble, and he don't mind being around the average Joe, man, and hanging out. Look, if you never really see Brandon Graham in like the big events, like really, you know what I'm saying, being out there. Like you see him at the regular spots where the regular fans at hanging out. He be at the bars. He be at stuff like this, little on the boat, hanging out. He just chilling, and he be what, you know what I'm saying, with a common man at, man. So it's nice to see that. We're gonna see more of it real soon. You probably gonna run into Brandon Graham all over the place, man. He gonna be in all the little cookouts and big cookouts and things of that nature. Brandon like hanging out. He like being around people. He like having a good time. He's as people say, he's a big kid at heart, man. He just wanna have fun. It ain't and it ain't about doing a bunch of crazy stuff. You see, he just chilling. Yeah, I like that he got that poster though of him getting that sack. That was a nice little. That was a nice one. And then I don't know if you had the clip, but they played Brandon Graham when he got closer to the dock. They played the audio from the Super Bowl when he got the sack. People love Brandon, man. People love Brandon around, man. That's something to go find. Wow, he's sitting outside and you play the audio of Brandon Graham, the commentator announcing Brandon Graham getting the sack on Tom Brady in the Super Bowl while he right there. I mean, that was kind of interesting. That was kind of nice. That's what I seen. I didn't see that one you seen right there. I seen the one where he was by the dock. They was playing playing. What's the dude's name? I can't even think of his name.
Mike Reese,
the commentator.
Merrill Reese.
Yeah, Merrill Reese. Doing the commentating, he was calling the sack, going crazy. I mean, people love him though, man. People love him. Yep.
King.
I mean, he's a fan favorite, man. That's why he's one of my favorite Eagles of all time. He's a fan favorite, and just his story in his career. He was about to get traded. A lot of people was down on him in the beginning, but we stuck it out with him, man. And I feel like that. He's just a Philly person. I know after his time is up here at the end of this season, I know that he's going to be in the locker room, still teaching the young guys, still trying to be around as much as possible. Also, I could see him at Philly. The Philly fans they have a situation out there where the Citizens Bank is. He's going to be there. Just signing autographs, doing certain things. He's probably still going to be at the softball game next year. Smitty have it again. He's just going to be around. Like I said, he's a fan favorite. He was one of the guys that I seen that was just walking up to people. Hey, I'm signing your jersey. I'll be right with you and everything like that. Like he's that type of guy. He's not one of those up in the air type guys. And that's the greatest thing about him, Kelsey, guys like that, because they real down to earth. Even Lane Johnson is down to earth. So
I think it's beginnings too, bro. Like where he come from? Mississippi, Alabama? No, Mississippi, Alabama, right?
No, yeah, it was Mississippi.
Yeah,
right?
Mississippi. Yeah. Right. Hey, look, my mama used to always say, if it wasn't for Arkansas, Mississippi would be the last state.
But yeah, I just like to see Brandon Graham happy, on the field, it's something else. I just want this year for Brandon Graham. I want him to look at it as, he's teaching, but also he's basically the cleanup man at this point. He's the cleanup guy that's going to make the right plays when we need him to. Just like last season, he made a couple of those type of plays. And then he also helped out Nolan Smith a lot. So I expect the same this year. And hopefully we get that Brandon Graham great goodbye that we were supposed to give Kelsey in the Super Bowl.
Right. And finally, Saquon Barkley, man. He's been busy. He sent us a hype video before the training camp. I muted it because of copyright. So.
Right. But it's cool, man. I mean, he's working out and everything like that. But I'm ready to see all this unfold. Really, I'm ready to see everything unfold. I'm happy that he's excited. You didn't really see this much out of him when he was a Giant. But he seems excited.
I just asked a question today too. I was like, is it that is he an Eagle that I see it that much, or was he not doing this for the Giants? Because I remember seeing Saquon videos.
I think it's a mixture of him being the Eagle, and then also he has the opportunity to go further. And I feel like that he knows that he's that piece that can do that. And then there's a lot of, like he said before, I think it was a report that, everybody looks at everything. They be lying if they told you they don't. And he's using that as motivation. And he's going to do what he can do to get the team to where they need to go. And that's the Super Bowl. So that's what it is. I feel like that, that's what's motivating him. And I think that he's going to put the league on notice that he's still one of the best running backs in the league. So we shall see. But like I said, I'm ready to see this unfold.
Hey, my fault. I mixed up Fletcher Cox with Brandon Graham. Yeah, Brandon Graham is from Detroit. Fletcher Cox is the one that's from.
Yeah, he is Detroit. He is from Mississippi. Yeah, you're right.
I mixed it up.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on the video, Smitty?
Nah, I said it. Like, I just didn't know. I mean, I don't know if he was doing this when he was in New York, but it seems like he's a lot more motivated than I ever seen him before. So,
I talked to some New York guys and New York fans and stuff like that. That's very heavy into the Giants, and because they argue me down saying that they're going to be fine and they're going to be challenging Dallas for a position in the playoffs. But he was like, basically Saquon never did anything like this. Like you'll see one video and that's it. But he's doing back to back videos, like, and you seeing pictures, and you seeing him, he
doing that on purpose. Then he making sure they see it.
It could be that too. I thought about a little bit pettiness in there, just hey, it's on.
Exactly.
So hopefully we can get the best Saquon of his career, and hopefully in these years that he is with us, we got a ring out of it.
Right. The only thing I gotta say about that clip is it looks like Saquon Barkley got some sleep because
I have a tough time sleeping if Saquon goes to Philadelphia. I'll tell you that.
Well, I mean, that's his guy. I mean, I understand why he felt like that, but I'm just waiting for the Giants, if they go south and they like 1-something, and Mara is going to get fired. Not Mara, Sean is going to get fired. He's going to get fired, bro.
Shane.
Shane. I thought it was Sean. Where the O at then?
Joe Shane. It's Joe Shane though. That's what everybody said. Yeah.
Shane.
I don't know why,
but he's going to
Sean too today. And then the New York like, my coach name is Sean. I'm like, where's the H? I don't see the H.
Right. No, but yeah, he gonna get fired. He gonna get fired if they do bad.
They better go. Look, they better go hard, DB, or he gonna be looking crazy. He gonna be in the Tennessee. He gonna be a Tennessee spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They start out bad. They gonna be looking at him like, so you said Saquon wasn't gonna hurt us.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's hurting us right now.
Yep. Because Devin Singleton ain't gonna be it. I'm trying to tell y'all, he not gonna be it. Y'all best bet is Neighbors if he could go off, but he can't do it by himself.
Yeah. Giants general manager gonna get fired. Of course he is. I mean, come on now. You gonna get fired. I mean, according to John Mara, who basically can't get no sleep, Saquon Barkley was the popular player in the New York Giants. He
was the New York Giants. It should have been the New York Saquon Barkleys.
Yes.
He was the New York Giants, bro. Like he's the one that got Daniel Jones that contract. He got him that contract.
Exactly.
I don't know why he got him the contract, but he got him it.
Exactly. The fact that people now is calling Daniel Jones the white vanilla Vic, really?
No, he came out with that name though. When he got drafted, that's what they was calling him. It ain't recent. They've been calling him that. And then I heard somebody today say he's Josh Allen. He's Josh Allen in the legs, and Josh Allen in the legs, and Peyton Manning. No. He didn't say Peyton. It was Josh Allen and somebody. It was two like good quarterbacks. I was like, what? Them 15 touchdowns I seen don't look like he could throw nothing.
Man, exactly. The hype video for Daniel Jones when coming off of that injury and he was throwing to nobody. He actually looked good throwing to nobody. But let's see when there's guys in his face and everything. Let's just see that. We know Daniel Jones.
Exactly. Danny, sit your $5 ad down before I make some change.
Before I make change.
Exactly.
So, how do y'all feel? Honest opinion about this linebacker room.
A lot of gotta
honest
see.
Opinion.
A lot of gotta see. I mean, that's really where I'm at. I don't have an honest opinion. I really can't give you one because there's a lot I got to see. Like, I don't know what I'm getting out of N'Kobe. Don't know what I'm getting out of Zach Bond. Don't know what I'm getting out of Oren Burke. I got a quitter in Devin White, supposedly according to his team last year. Oren Burke, who's never been a starter in the NFL. Special teamers extraordinaire, Jabari Okorie, young guy who's trying to develop. N'Kobe Dean coming off of injury. And Zach Bond, who was a rotational special teamers most of his career so far. So, like, to me, it's a lot of questions. So I'm not really high or low. I'm like, I hope it work out, but it's a lot of possibility that it don't. You know what I mean? It's a lot of possibility that we might need some help. It's possibility that Howie might need to go make a move for somebody. But yeah, I think it's a lot of questions, bro. Like, do I think we can have a good turnout? Cool, 100% yes. But it's gonna be on coaching, players. I always say players too. You know, I gotta stop saying that. Your ability to play as a player, because every player is different. So if you fit the scheme and you work and things work out, then cool. I think it fits the scheme for N'Kobe Dean. I'm not 100% about Devin White because of what Devin White does best, and what he does best is blitz the quarterback at this moment. And that's not really Fangio's big thing. You know what I mean? He's not really into blitzing quarterbacks of that nature, blitzing his linebackers of that nature. But I think Fangio is going to adjust this year to having weaker linebackers than he's had most of the time. I think he can adjust. If anybody can adjust this defense, the Fangio scheme, I think it will be Vic Fangio. So I think he'll figure out a way, if he doesn't like the play of the two guys that's pretty much in there, he can kind of hide them or bring in other guys and figure it out. But I got a lot of questions, man. I got a lot of questions, man. And it's not going to be week one answer questions. It's going to be, multiple weeks of seeing good linebacker play for me to really be 100% confident that it's working out.
Yeah, and for me, I'm 50-50 on the linebackers. And I'm going to use a quote from our buddy Gio. On one hand, thank God we got some linebackers. On the other hand, please, Howie, for the love of God, get us some linebackers. Because I'm with Smitty. On one hand, the linebackers can do really great things. On the other hand, just like last year, people like Jordan Love, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, and all these quarterbacks can look at our linebacker core and say, I'm going to cook y'all up. So at the end of the day, I'm going to wait and see. I don't know, maybe kind of thing when it comes to the linebackers. I need to see it. And it can't be just week one. It got to be weeks 2 on. Because, again, your road don't hit a bump until cross our fingers Deshaun Watson / Joe Burrow. So when it comes to the linebackers, it's thank God we got linebackers. But on the other hand, it's please, Howie, for the love of God, get us some linebackers. So it's a wait and see for me.
One thing that Smitty said, he hit it right on the nose, is that Vic Fangio is going to have to scheme to hide the weakness. That's basically what it is. He's going to have to scheme to hide that weakness. I did do research, and he blitzed a lot last season with the Dolphins. He blitzed the linebackers a lot. We got the middle of the field vulnerable, and this is something that we actually struggled with, but we do got talent, on in the secondary. So that's one of those things where you might have to play that, drop safety, edge rusher with the linebacker, something off ball linebacker, something like that, because as of right now, it's just it pissed me off, honestly. Number one, that we did not even look at Edric Cooper. We did not even do that. We moved up. We gave up a lot of capital to get Cooper DeJean, and I'm not saying that was not the right pick. I'm just saying that if we got Edric Cooper, we would not be having this conversation right now. Right. So that's what I'm saying, that, you know, he doesn't prioritize the linebacker position, and you know, it's worked for us. So, you know, who's for us to say that, you know, we need to prioritize it? You know, a lot of people were saying TJ Edwards was it at one point. But it's not a lot between the starters or whoever's going to be the starters or all the linebackers that we have. It's not a lot of things talent wise that's going to space these guys out to say, okay, he's definitely the starter. You know, we only giving it to Devin White because he's the most tailored, and the more, and he's been in different situations where, you know, the Oren Burks that just got cooked in the Super Bowl. Just got cooked in the Super Bowl. He's playing alongside either Greenlaw or Fred Warner. So, you know,
I think people say Devin White the starter, DV, because he's like the most shocking if he wasn't the starter.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That part too. So yeah, we put that on him, and then, you know, they throw in Nakobe Dean in there, and Zach Bond. Nakobe Dean, like, yes, he's undersized and everything like that, but I feel like he didn't really get a fair shot. You know, trying to do certain things. You know, he did get injured. And a lot of people were like, well, you know, this is the year that he has to be doing something. And I'm like, who's to say that he's going to be the starter? Who's to say he's not going to be a rotational piece? Whereas though that, you know, when he's in, he's going to make plays. They high about Zach Bond, but Zach Bond, like I said, special teams, but he does have some athleticism. And I do think that Zach Bond is going to be one of those type of guys that is going to surprise a lot of people, but not so much. I'm hoping he's not like a Christian Ellis, and then we just sitting up there looking stupid, and then we, in the mid-season, we get in a Zach Cunningham or a Nicholas Morrow type player, like seasons ago.
That'll make me so mad, DV.
Right, and that's what I'm saying, that, you know, we need to start prioritizing this position, because we need that middle of the field to be shored up. Defense, I mean, offenses was carving us up last season. See, a couple seasons. You know, if it wasn't for a higher Kaiser White, 2022 was looking like that too. So yeah, I just think that, you know, we're relying so much on the pass rush, and we're relying so much on that secondary being straight, that the linebacker position is just going to be like, all right, look, cover the blind spot of this linebacker, because this linebacker going to blitz. So I want you to come down and get on the tight end or get on the wide receiver 3 or something like that. So we're not putting them in any mismatches. I get it, but at the same time, like, you wouldn't have to do that if the linebacker, you know, was ready to play. And I feel like that we're going to see that week 1 game. You know, we're going to see what we're missing. I feel like that. I think we're going to see that.
It's a possibility. I think we're gonna have to figure it out. Week 1, we're gonna see if it's gonna be able to be stable, and then we're gonna see how long it lasts. But I think everybody gonna be on edge initially, anyways, because it's a situation where we had bad linebacker play last year, and you got some guys coming in that you have questions about this year. So it's gonna be an interesting dynamic, DV, when it comes to the linebacker. I know for sure. I don't have the highest expectations of the linebackers. I want them to play well, but do I expect them to go out there and be elite? No. I just expect them to go out there and do their job, get the job done Sunday in, Sunday out, whatever day you play football. But from down to down, man, I mean, I hope it's a collective agreement where everybody can, if you know, you got guys that aren't contributing enough, or, you know, they have a weakness in certain places. Hopefully Vic Fangio, you know, goes into some type of rotation where if somebody's not good at coverage or somebody's not good at blitzing or whatever that is, you know, you got guys that playing roles, man, because sometimes you need role players. Everybody need a role player, you know what I mean? And maybe we find a guy that can, you know, spark the defense here and there when he's on the field. Like a Milton Williams did for a couple of years, man. He would always, every time he would get subbed into the game, you would be excited because he always made a little play.
Yeah. Let's see. Safety was a revolving door last year in the linebacker. Hard to keep plugging different guys in.
And I agree. Because we started the season off with Terrell Edmonds, and we ended with a Kevin Byard at safety. Nicholas Morrow, Zach Cunningham came and basically got hurt as well. And then Nicholas Morrow got exposed, especially in that San Fran game. On going forward, he got exposed. We try to boost him up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because he had a great game and all that. But then he was like, hold on, watch this. And Nicholas Morrow was just dog walk the rest of the season. So we need consistency from those positions. But yeah, we don't want to keep rotating guys because now there's no chemistry there. I think our D-line ranks in division. The D-line?
Second.
Yep. That's exactly what I was about to say.
I got Giants first.
I can live with that. The
Bruh,
Giants
I think that trio they got, I don't think nobody right now. I think they probably the best D-line in the NFL right now. That's no cap. Like with Brian Burns, Thibodeau, Lawrence, then you start adding the other guys that's just gonna play role players. I mean, I think they got them, the Jets, and the Browns, and then probably us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I guess we lost too much on defense last year, huh?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Throughout the season, yeah, for sure.
I was like,
I don't know what he's speaking of. Is he saying like players leaving the team?
Last year, meaning what?
During the season, I think we did. If he's talking about like during the season, we was losing linebackers and safeties like people was using Kleenex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we lost him. We lost the backup dude, and then Kevin Byard came in.
Oh, and slot? Oh, slot, safety, and linebacker last?
Yeah, that was bad.
Christ.
It was rotation because it was Eli Ricks. It was the dude, I keep forgetting his name that we got with the locks. Roby. And it was somebody else in the slot. Oh, Bradbury. How did I forget that?
Yeah.
It was weird. Weird. The linebacker position was a rotation. That safety position was a rotation. And that's why everybody started calling, oh yeah, CJ Gardner-Johnson need to come back. We had CJ back. So then that's when that came in at. But CJ, he got hurt that year too.
Yeah, 5 games. The only reason we know about Reed Blankenship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for CJ getting hurt, Reed Blankenship probably would have never played a snap in 2022.
So we got Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, and Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
So you think that D-line is the best in the division? We shall see.
Random was asking, Random was asking, hey guys, where do you guys rank our D-lines in the division?
We did it.
We just did that.
Oh.
We just did that when
Where y'all rank them? Because I was too busy hanging.
We second. Behind the Giants.
Yep. All right. We got the best. I don't know.
We ain't got enough production, bro. We ain't got enough production.
I don't know.
That's why I said we should see this year.
Technically, right now, we going off last year. We only got one double-digit sack guy on our whole roster.
Yeah. Right. So that's what I'm saying. We shall see this year.
Yeah. I would agree with you if the same people that was on the 2022 roster was still here. I would agree. But seeing as most of them are not, I can't agree with that. I really can't agree with that right now. I really can't. It's a wait and see on the defensive line. Even if we do got Sweat, it's a wait and see. Fletcher Cox gone. Hassan Reddick gone. Still got you still got Reed Blankenship. You still got Bradbury. You still got.
I like that. So, yeah, that's a good question. So we talking about the edge now, like, who do you think this year the edge rusher position is like basically got the most to prove? Bryce Huff or Nolan Smith?
That's a tough one because I haven't seen. Go ahead, Smitty. I want to hear from you.
I'll say it's really. I'm like, it's really not.
It's probably Bryce. It's probably
It's
Bryce.
Bryce. It's Bryce. It's Bryce.
It's money invested.
Exactly.
You get
Go ahead,
it's 17 million on the line for Bryce. He gotta have double digits.
Yes.
They'll accept Nolan Smith coming in and giving 6 because it's his second year. You know what I'm saying? But I think Bryce Huff gotta come in minimum 10.5 type deal.
Yeah. Twist. Keep the question.
Even you, DV. Like right now, if somebody was like, "What's your expectation of Nolan Smith?" If they told you he ended the season with 7 sacks, hey man, I'm cool with that. I'm good. Thank you. You improved from the 2 sacks you had 3 sacks you had last year. But if they told you Bryce Huff had 8 sacks, you'll be highly upset.
He didn't really. If he had 8 sacks, it depends on how the number spreads out. It depends.
I would be upset with 8 sacks. I'm gonna lie to you. 17 million, you got 8 sacks. We paid you $2 million a sack. Yeah. I got the same standard I had for Hassan Reddick when we paid him. I was like, look, 11 sacks is the minimum, bro. You a double-digit sack guy. If you coming in and that's what you asking to get paid for, I expect you to exactly. That's what I'm saying. I expect you, Bryce Huff. You came here. You got the money under the pretenses you were going to be a double-digit sack guy.
He had 2. He had 2 sacks. He had 2 sacks and 1 assist.
Yeah, I thought so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need these Georgia guys
this year more than ever. I agree.
Yeah,
because two of them on the defensive line.
Yeah.
I don't know where Kelly Ringo is going to be. I don't know if he's going to start or if he's going to be a rotational piece. And then Nakobe Dean, like I said, it's up in the air, but and Nolan Smith as well. We do need them to step it up though. We do.
Yeah.
We need them to play like, hey, we're Philadelphia Eagles. That type of.
Yeah. Twiz, and I don't know if we answered this. Will Hunt get any playing time this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, he will. He will. That's a Vic Fangio hire. I mean, not hire. Scout. So yeah, he's going to play this year. They're going to put him in situations where it's a passing play, and they're going to try the rookie, but like his upper hand is that he used to be a safety, so he might see the field more than people think this year, depending on the play of like Nolan Smith or so forth. Depending on that, if they're not covering correctly, they're going to put Jelix Hunt in that game.
I think he's gonna play. Like DV said, I think he's gonna play. But I think as people don't perform, and if he performing, I think his snap count will go tremendously through the roof. Because once your head coach or your OC or the GM put their time into you, and you hear all through the grapevine that was their pick. You know what I'm saying? If you turn out to be anything close to they evaluate, you're gonna get some time. So if he turned out to be whatever Vic Fangio seen when he went up there and told told Howie to draft him, then I'm assuming that if he put that on the field, he gonna get some snaps, man. He definitely gonna get some snaps.
Let's see, 3 on the D line. On the D line, DV.
Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith.
Yep.
I just need Jordan Davis to stay in shape. Jesus Christ. Don't get up to 400 pounds before the end of the season,
bro. I just need
y'all think it's a big year for Jordan Davis since y'all said the name. Y'all think it's a big year for him?
For Jordan Davis?
If he stay in shape, yes. If he get back to 400 pounds, no. We will be cutting him at the end of the season, bro.
It has to be a big year for Jordan Davis. You do have Fletcher Cox that be coming in the building, helping out from time to time, but you came in with that mindset that we heard, when he was talking at the podium, like, yo, like, it's none of these guys is on us now and all that. Look, keep that same energy on the field, and keep that same energy about your weight. Take this seriously, because these Eagles fans is not gonna have it with you. It's a wrap.
I ain't gonna lie.
If you not,
I ain't gonna lie, DV. I agree with you 100%, bro. If he don't start taking his weight serious, bro, then everything else don't even matter. I don't even care about your play on the field. If you can't keep your weight in order, I don't even care, because that means you're not keeping everything else in order. That means you're not working out, you're not grinding, because all that stuff is all about part of weight management, bro. Like DV said it best, like, bro, if you not taking your weight serious, you might well just not even be on the field, bro. Because if you end up at 400 pounds again, DV, 400.
right.
How do you listen? At the beginning of 2023, y'all told me he lost weight. Not y'all, but reporters said, he coming in slim and trim. Then you tell me he lost 30 pounds, but he 350.
You know who this remind me of, bro?
Look at the thing for last year, he was 360. Tell me where the math.
That remind me of the Green Bay Packers when they had Eddie Lacy, and they were saying the same thing about him. He lost weight, but then he gained weight. Then they had in the contract, like, and I think Jordan Davis had it in this contract last year that if you go at a certain weight, you lose this bonus. It was like a bonus to try to get him to be healthier. I think he had it. I think he did.
I'm not sure if he. Now he's still on a rookie deal. I don't think Jordan Davis had it, but I do know they asked him to lose weight. I know they for sure went to him personally and said he needed to come in and lose weight.
They did.
I mean, he's an Albert Hainsworth to me right now. At the beginning of his career, bro, when he was having all those weight issues, and then Bill Belichick them told him if he didn't lose that weight and get right, he was gonna get cut. And that boy went and lost 25 pounds and came in a monster.
So
hopefully Jordan Davis can do that.
So Jigga, okay, White leading the team in sacks, right? So where does that leave his side of the field, like in the middle of the field? That's what I'm saying. That I know Vic Fangio can scheme guys to the point where it confuses the opposing team's offense, but I don't know. I don't think White can lead the team in sacks. I think it's going to be an edge rusher. Either edge rusher or Jalen Carter.
If it ended up being Jalix.
Yo, that'd be insane, bro.
He go for like 10.5 to 11 sacks. I'd be like, what? Vic Fangio is the guru.
Yo.
I mean, like, that boy seeing something nobody see.
Right, but it's all a part of his scheme. I mean, it was the perfect match.
Somebody said that last night. I was in a space with some guys, and they were just like, man, you got to put a lot of respect on Vic Fangio, because he didn't go in the draft and ask for a bunch, but he went and got a bunch of guys that fit his scheme. He the three defensive guys we got all fit his scheme. Quinyon Mitchell, Jalix Hunt, Cooper DeJean, all are disciples of what Vic Fangio preaches in his defense. And it's just like, man, for you to do that, and for Howie Roseman to have faith in you, it should be a good season for us. And I believe, these guys that he went and got, he handpicked. I think it will be a good season for them, to be honest. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah. Carter had 6. If he takes another jump next year, we're Gucci, fam.
That's crazy, because we talk about Jalen Carter in his rookie season having 6, and he got to take another jump. And yeah, I get it why he has to. But I just want these guys to come in with brand new bags, man. Being able to, do certain things, man. Like, hey, this is not working. Let's try something else. I seen Nolan Smith working with another defensive end of opposing team. I get it, but at the same time, it got to display on the field. That little ghost move that he do, shout out to Philly Film Room. But that little ghost move that he does, yeah, that is not going to always cut it. You got to be able to, hey, put your arm under, do swift over. So, something has to happen differently, because if they got tape on you now. They have tape on you, and as long as they have tape on you, you predictable. We know what you're going to do. You're going to try to bend the edge, and try to get around. That's basically all you got. And it's not going to work in the NFL because these guys are as fast as you are faster. So now I can just pancake you, get you out of the way. My running back is already in the second tier of the defense. Now what you do? You just gave that up. I've seen a play. Basically he gave that up to Saquon last season. He gave it up to Saquon. Saquon almost took it out.
He shouldn't have been out there on it. He shouldn't have been out there though. He shouldn't even have been out there.
He shouldn't have been
out there. Hey, when we in DV seen that, we was like, why is Nolan Smith in coverage? Hold on, whoa, what's going on? Oh man. Why was he out there? I hope Vic Fangio don't throw Nolan Smith out. I don't know if he can play. I don't know if he can play linebacker, bro. I'm not convinced. I'm not. Looking at his college snaps, looking at the snaps we gave him, the minimum snaps we gave him at, being out there in coverage, it just don't look good, bro.
No, I think that was more. I think the minimum snaps was more about that injury, and they were just trying to play it. I think he was supposed to be like a work in progress because we had Hassan last year. Mm-hmm. He was supposed to be a work in progress. I think that's why he didn't get that.
They wanted to mimic him. I think it was almost a mimic.
Basically.
And they hoping whatever he learned from his son last year, he applies it on the field this year.
My old head had me cracking up because when we drafted Jelix Hunt, first thing he said was Jelix Hunt said, "Yo, coach, give me the playbook right now." He gonna say, "Yeah, man, Nolan Smith said that same shit last year, and we see how that turned out." He said, "Don't say that, man. Just be focused and ready to go."
Who said it this year? Quinion? No, Jelix Hunt.
Jelix Hunt. Yeah. I was cracking up like, yo, that is true though. I can't even.
He did.
I had no argument
in the draft.
He did, but the first time I seen you bend, you came up holding your shoulder.
Mm-hmm. He like this. I'm like, shh, here we go.
We was live for that one too, wasn't we? That was the second preseason game.
Yeah, second one. Not against the Browns. It was the one against the Jets, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, unless y'all got more questions, I guess let's go ahead and get up ready for the check down inside the nest. BOBS and Cool Cat Mitch. Hold on, before we do, let me see. I'm looking forward to the 2 Cowboys game this year. We finally sweeping them this year.
I think that was a question. He said we finally sweeping them this year? Question mark.
Mm-hmm.
What y'all think before we talk about the shows? Yes, no, hopefully. I'm wishing. I'm counting the days.
I think we do. I think, just like every year, it's recent years, I should say, it's always like a meaningful game. And I think that's week 17 going to be a meaningful game. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're going to have our starters in and everything like that. That's why I said that the only team that we might not sweep or have a chance to sweep in the division is the Giants. And that's only because by the time then everything's going to be wrapped up and we just go get people ready for the playoffs. So I think we're going to win the first matchup in Jerry's World. And then the second matchup that's at home, I think that we're going to win that. We're going to win that one, but it's going to be closer. It's going to be a close one, and we're going to win it on probably a Jake Elliott field goal, something like that. But yeah, we're going to win that one as well, and then we just rest everybody for week 18.
Yeah, what do you think, Smitty?
I'm with Jigger. That's my answer. I'm with Jigger. To be determined. I need to see that first game first. I need us to beat them in Jerry World first before I put any omens on the sweep. Because we always beat them at home, and then we go to Jerry World, and it never looks right. I need to go to Jerry. 2 years in a row we done lost in Jerry World. I need to get this Jerry World one, and then we can talk.
Right. I'm kind of with Twiz as well because I know we're gonna win here in Philly, especially with the Kelly Greens on. I mean, we don't lose in that, so I know that. It's Jerry World. It's that street rat hole sewer playground they got over there. You win that game over there, then we got a sweep. First time since 2011. Exactly. So with that being said, Smitty, what we got on the check down? this Saturday?
College football playoff bracket coming out. You know what I'm saying? Our preseason bracket before their season start. I think they a few weeks out. Probably like a little short review on training camps. You know what I'm saying? Nothing serious. Nothing too serious.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Twiz says last game might not mean anything. We'll see. We'll see. Inside the nest with my brothers. Who y'all got? What's up on the docket? What's up?
Talking a little training camp, man. Hopefully then we seen a little something, man. We get a little talking in on this training camp. Discussing what's going on and what we've heard so far, man. So yeah. That's what we doing, man. Inside the nest, man.
Which day? Wednesday or Thursday? Because I know they start practice on Wednesday.
It'll be Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. 23rd is like more so that everybody's having meetings and walk through and stuff, and then Wednesday you'll see some stuff here and there.
Yep. Cool Cat Mitch, Birds of Broad Street. We're kicking off. Training camp Tuesday, Wednesday. The return of Broad Street News. Get ready for multiple news on the Philadelphia Eagles this week, and then we come right back here to react to what we like, what we didn't like, and we get ready for our first one and only open practice, and we gear up for preseason. So make sure. No, they don't report tomorrow.
Tuesday, and then Wednesday is the practice.
Yeah, Tuesday they all show up to do meetings, probably more hype videos and walkthroughs, and then Wednesday they put on the stuff, and we get ready for practice. So yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow night with the crew. So let's give our final thoughts before we wrap up. King?
I mean, go Birds, man. We finally here. I know, everybody's going to be talking about it. Everybody's excited that, training camp is finally here, and we get to see, the 53-man roster be unfolded, from here on, from this week on. Just happy that, we can stop talking about what the locker room was last season, and we can be focusing on this season. That's what I'm really excited about. So, like I said, fly Eagles fly, go Birds, and see y'all next video.
Yep. Smitty?
Just ready to get started, man. We on the roll. We're trying to get back to, greatness. One step at a time, man. It's day in, day out. I said it today on one of my posts, man. Find comfort when you're uncomfortable, and train for the unthinkable. So, that's all we can do. Right now, we can only train for what we don't know. And all we can do is be comfortable in the most uncomfortable situations. And that's any situation, what I'm saying? Down 20, up 20, whatever makes you feel out of the norm, we need to prepare for it and be ready to roll. But I'm ready to see things transpire, see how the coaching staff handles the situation, and see what some of these guys ask, man. So I'm ready for the read to roll through so we can start seeing what's going on.
Yep. And for me, listen, tomorrow, Birds of Broad Street, the word of the day is return. Our Philadelphia Eagles officially return this week, and we don't have to worry about the 2023 season. We can look forward to the 2024, man. So, guys, be excited, be happy. Don't listen to what all the naysayers, and please don't listen to all the reports because, again, it's practice. It don't mean nothing. We'll know everything when the season starts. This is just what have they learned from OTAs to now. So don't get too high, don't get too low, don't get too pissed off, don't get too excited. Because remember, Jalen Rager had a one-handed catch in training camp. We know the rest. King knows what I'm talking about.
That was it. That was the only one-handed catch he did his whole career.
And what happened? What happened that season?
He got shipped out of here.
Exactly. So don't get too high and don't get too low, y'all. So we will see y'all this Sunday coming to react to the training camp. So fly, Eagles, fly, go Birds. And remember, for every Eagles training camp, there's always an aftermath. Peace.